during the presidential election and governorship election for Lagos State, when we were here shouting that there was voters intimidation, voters disenfranchisement, this and that, wahala for polling unit, Senator Smart Adeyemi told us to shut up. He said the election was the freest and the fairest election he had ever seen. He said, who don't like the election may go court. As he talk finish, he don't know say angels they wash am. They say it will happen to you. He can go buy form for APC. He won't contest governorship for a state, Kogi State. Baba, they don't do on the state. He don't do TV now. They holla. There was the election. There was the... When we they talk here, you say, man, we shut up. I'm going to introduce you now to Senator Smart Adeyemi. Oh, this thing they sweet me. I'm going to introduce the Senator Smart Adeyemi. More than see and one in the shot. More than one Senator Smart Adeyemi.
The issue is that you cannot put something on nothing. If there was election, this is a different phenomenon of election malpractices that must not stand. If there was election, if I was allowed to vote, I would be happy that at least I voted. There was no voting in my ward. And in every ward, no voting anywhere. What they did was to carry the document to the resident of either the chairman of the party or a commissioner in the state, and they filled the form and came back and submitted to the panel. That was what happened. And we have visual to buttress these allegations.
2023. Following the elections, the gubernatorial and presidential elections, you had said that this was one of the first elections you had seen, even though what you're saying now sounds a lot like what the opposition parties claimed post that elections. And you said that anyone who was aggrieved should wait till the next election cycle, 2027. They should stop making a noise about it. Would you take your own advice on this matter?
There was an election at the national level, which the APC won. In this instance, there was not even voting. That's the difference. There was no voting. Maybe you talk about the national election, there was voting. Yes, they rig. You said people rig. Okay. Allegation of rigging is either here or there. But where there was no election at all, is it the same story? That is a humiliation. That's a disgrace. That is a of democracy. When there was no election at all, and people went to their comfort zone and wrote the result, that is worse than a military government.
Well, Senator Adeyemi.
The argument is not rigging. The argument today is that there was no election at all. And you want us to accept that as a result?
Senator Adeyemi.
If there was election, then we have reason to complain, oh, it was rigged, it was not properly done. Where election never took place, and people waited for 6 hours, old women, and you kept them inside the sun, and you say nothing will happen, well, if they don't have power, there is power of God. If the system will not work, God will work. Because if there was election and we were defeated, we take it in good faith. But there was no election. Results were written and announced. The chairman of the local government, with marching orders and security men, moved to their comfort zones to write the result and returned it back to the state capital to the committee members who collected them and went ahead to announce them. Well, is that democracy?
Well, Senator
Adeyemi, it was not what
democracy
that people fought for?
Senator Adeyemi, your point is clear on all of those scores, so that we don't keep saying the same thing. This is somebody reacting to all you have said so far by way of feedback. The person says, Smart Adeyemi celebrated the violence and rigging in Lagos. Now he is crying. What goes around comes around. Ask him if he now regrets celebrating the rigging and violence during the governorship election in Lagos. Did he condemn the rigging and violence in Lagos on March 18? Injustice somewhere is injustice everywhere. Please tell him that the question is from a viewer. Mention my name. Well, I don't want to mention his name, but this is what the person is saying. What do you say to this feedback from one of our viewers?
Well, in the first place, I have no reason to support violence in any way, in any form. And what happened in Lagos, I was not in Lagos. There was report of pockets of violence. I'm not based in Lagos. So I heard about the fact that there was violence on the part of all the political parties, not APC, not Labour Party. You know, that is the issue at stake is quite different from this question. The issue at stake was the fact that election never took place. If there was election and there was violence and rigging, that is a different ball game. That is another level. But I'm saying this is a new phenomenon of electoral malpractices. This is something that must not allow, or else democracy itself will collapse. The moment people don't vote and votes are located, what are you talking about? That is worse than having a military government. That is the argument. I think the viewer should be able to understand that my point of argument is totally different from what he's saying.
Senator Smart Adeyemi, your case is not different from Lagos case. Stop talking rubbish there. Your case is exactly what happened in Lagos. Maybe with the town about Lagos State, you sat down there in your comfort zone, you were clapping, and I don't want to hear God for your mouth. I don't want to hear God from your mouth. So that they do people, they do you now, they call God. There is God, there is God. I think when Mama Patient was saying, there is God, and they laugh at. We are telling you that there were places in Lagos State that there was no election. Where there was election, touts make sure, you get some videos where we see touts, they check your name. If you resemble your name, they go pursue you. What's the difference between that one and your own? Because in your own, some people voted now. Your problem is that they took them to a place where they are not supposed to vote, and they did not allow you people to vote, so you were disenfranchised. Is that not what we're telling you? In Lagos, we were disenfranchised. Touts were walking the road and telling people not to come out. If they know they are not going to vote for APC. Okay, because they don't walk road, tell you when you not come out. They just did not give you materials to vote. It's the same thing. They don't do you now, you know they shout. Oh, now they do people. Now they do people. And they like this color where they happen for that place. Both PDP and APC, all of them are fighting. Who win? Mona, tell us. We don't hear, we don't watch the film.